running a few minutes late. There was a lot going on. We'll talk about that more in a minute. This is live. I'm going to make it public afterwards, but I'm going live, so I'm going to give it just a minute. See if somebody joins us. So if you're watching this afterwards, I guess you could probably fast forward a minute or two. I'm going to give it just a little bit of time. See if we have some friends join us. I've only gone live a few times, so I may still have to play around with it. See exactly what all's going on. Okay, I do see the comments. Hi, Pam. There we go. I see him now. Hey, everybody. I'm so glad y'all are able to join me live on the back porch today. The funniest thing just happened. Okay, I got to hear about it. I had actually meant to put a community post up yesterday about planning to go live today. That way people had a little more time to plan to join me. But I didn't. I didn't put it up yesterday. I put it up today. So I hope everybody saw it in time to be able to plan to join me. There's a lot going on around here. I was saying that a while ago. I went to go watch an old video of yours and it showed you were live. Huh, good timing, huh? There's a lot going on around here right now. There's kids playing. My nieces and my nephew are here. So there's kids playing everywhere. I had supper going. So I was a few minutes late. I had supper going. I had chicken broth in the canner. And I was like, come on, I got to finish stuff up. I got to go sit down and talk to my friends. I love lives too. I was really intimidated by them for a while. But now that I've done a few, I really enjoy them. And you know, the whole deal with the back porch chats that I've been doing on Fridays is I want you to feel like you're sitting here hanging out with me. So now you're sitting here hanging out with me.
We're getting something. The walkie-talkies.
Okay. Let me scroll through these comments real quick. Thank you all for saying hello and let me know that you're here. So I had a pretty busy day. Y'all let me know what y'all been doing today. Told you I had chicken broth in the can. Yes, you can store it in mason jars. Hey. You can store it in mason jars. In the past, I've always made it. I don't think they could see you. You want to wave? Well, Huddy was waving. I think he thought that. You want to wave? You can store chicken broth in mason jars. That's what I was trying to get out. In the past, I have always put it in the freezer, but you can pressure can it, and that's what I did today. I'll have to tell Huddy. I'll go back through the comments and let him see where you all said hello. He'll get a kick out of that. He loves to wave. He's in pretty much every video waving, isn't he? He loves saying hi to y'all. Did y'all watch yesterday's grocery haul where he showed his dinosaur egg that he got? That was fun. You know, kids love to watch those surprise egg things and stuff like that. So for him, it was like he was sharing his surprise egg. So I thought, what was I saying? Oh, I was talking about what all I had going on today, that it had been a busy day, and I asked, what have y'all been doing today? Let me know. So the chicken broth, I had to cook it pretty much all day on the stove to get it ready to go in the canner, and I did that because I wanted to make chicken casserole for dinner tonight, and I thought, well, if I'm gonna cook the chicken anyway, let me make broth in the meantime and just double up on it. And so I was making homemade chicken casserole and canning chicken broth, and then my niece and nephew came over, and I was just kind of rushing around trying to make sure I got everything done so I could sit down and talk to y'all for a minute. I wish I would find some mason jars on sale. Those things are so expensive, and we have a lot, Do you thrift mason jars or do you buy them all new? So we have a pretty good bit that we've accumulated over the years because I really got into canning. We would need more jars. We would go get some new ones and then we would save those up. I haven't really thrifted any in the sense of going and looking for thrifted jars, but y'all know Mama and Pawpaw, they can a lot. Pawpaw still is canning. Mama canned so much, and they have a ton of jars. A ton of jars that they've accumulated over the years, and they're older jars. And from time to time, you'll find one that's gotten a little weak because over time that can happen, but they're still going strong. And he'll give me jars if I start to run low. About to close on our home next month. That's exciting. Oh, what? You're without power, Sammy? What happened? Was it kind of like a scheduled outage, or was there a storm or something? Okay, so I'm going to go through and see if there were any questions or anything. If I miss one, it's not on purpose. Let me know that I missed it. My chickens are barred rocks, about 22 weeks old. Don't have a rooster, but they haven't started laying yet. Concerned. They should start laying soon. So let me do some math in my head. It can vary, especially if you live somewhere where it's really hot right now. Like some of ours that we got early spring. So how old are they? They're like, some of them are pushing 20 weeks and they're not laying yet. And I haven't even really thought to be concerned about it. I would give it a little more time, and I wouldn't worry so much right now. Just make sure that they're getting a good feed and plenty of protein. Never canned before. Never heard of a caribou coffee. Yeah? Yeah, I'm still like sitting here in my head trying to think about how old our chickens are. I wouldn't worry about it yet. I wouldn't worry about it. Just make sure they're getting good feed and plenty of protein. Can you plant this time? The garden chickens couldn't until now. Yeah, you can absolutely plant in the fall. You can plant a lot of the things that you would plant in the springtime. Cooler weather crops, they actually do much better in the fall. And you don't have all the pressure of pests and things like that. So like right now we have cabbage, we have carrots planted, lettuce planted, we have broccoli and beets and rutabagas and Brussels sprouts, turnip greens, and then I showed this in the grocery haul yesterday too. I got some more radishes. Well, I've got some radishes planted. I got more carrots. I got mustard greens. Did I get something else? I feel like there was 4 things. What else did I get? I done forgot. But I got to get those in the ground too. Yeah, it's going to depend on your zone. So how much warmer weather time you've got. There are a lot of things that actually do better after a first frost. They taste better after a first frost. As long as they're established, they can make it. Some crops make it all the way through the winter. And like root crops, you can actually use the ground as their storage and just go out and get them as you need them. They'll stay cool in the ground and you just go out and harvest them as you want to use them instead of having to try to store them somewhere. Justin just got home from work too. Sammy, I was asking why you didn't have power. I don't know if you saw that. It says you lost signal, but now you're back. What is your favorite vegetable? Well, it depends. In the springtime, I love planting radishes, and I do in the fall too. It's kind of like that first, when it starts to get a little bit warmer, and I'm like, oh, we can plant something. I plant radishes, and I really, really enjoy snacking on them, roasting them, pickling them. And I think for me, it was one of those things that was always like, it was the first thing that I could plant and get excited about gardening. And then in the summer, a tomato and a cucumber. Like, that just speaks summertime to me. A tomato sandwich and a cucumber to snack on speaks summertime. And like right now, as we're getting ready for fall, I really enjoy turnip greens. And we got really excited because the turnip greens that I planted, they've started to come up. And it's one of those things where every day you go out there and you're looking. Like, okay, I planted this seed 3 hours ago. Is it sprouting? You just get really excited about it. And I saw that my turnip greens were coming up. And I got so excited about that. Yes, I did. Oh, that's neat. Talking about James Spann. Thank you for sending that to him. That's pretty neat. Thank you. Bad storms. Well, y'all stay safe, Sammy. I like seeing what everybody's eating for dinner. That gives me ideas. Deer meat and fried green. Can I come eat with you? Deer meat and fried green tomatoes. That sounds delicious. Egg roll in a bowl. I've never done anything like that. I may have to look up a recipe. Love me some mustard greens. Justin really likes mustard greens too. I had only done turnip greens, and he said something about really wanting some mustard greens. A lot of times people will plant what's called a salad patch, S-A-L-A-T, and it's a mixture of different greens. Turnip greens, mustard greens, collard greens. Sometimes there'll be spinach, or I think people even put radishes in it sometimes. I'm not 100% sure. What we've always done when we would do that would be turnip, mustard, and collard. And the last 2 years I haven't done that. I've just planted turnips and turnip greens. And Justin said something about wanting some mustard greens, so I got those to plant. I haven't decided if I'm going to mix them in with the turnips or plant them somewhere separate. Loaded cauliflower casserole. That sounds good. Well, y'all are all having good dinners. It has been a hot summer. I love seeing familiar names. Like, I always read through comments. On every single video, I read every single comment. And I may not always be able to reply back to every single one of them, but I read every single one of them. And it's so neat doing these lives and seeing the names that I'm familiar with. What type of protein do you feed your chickens? Learning something new. Okay, so we'll do a feed that has good protein in it. And you can get feeds that have different amounts. So 16%, 18%, 20%, 24%. So just a good starter. I usually get a starter that's either 18 or 20%. And then we do like grub worms as a treat. You can get stuff like that that's really good in protein. And then we give our chickens a lot of scraps. So for example, the chicken that I used in the chicken broth, I picked most of that meat off to put in the chicken casserole, but there was a little bit, I couldn't get off the bones. And just anytime we have roasted chicken or have leftover chicken, it goes to the chickens. They like meat too. I know some people are like, you feed meat to the chickens? Yeah, They like it. They like it. So they get that sometimes too. Does anyone like apple cider in the fall? Y'all, I love apple cider. I don't drink much coffee. I love apple cider. I don't comment, or I comment very seldom, but I always watch and give you a thumbs up. Thank you. That really does help. Any kind of interaction on videos, comments, thumbs up, it helps. YouTube likes it. But I love it when y'all comment too, because I'm able to, like I said, see the names, respond back, remember the names for times like this. I enjoy getting to know y'all too. Sorry, I may be shaking y'all all around. I'm just trying to go back through and see all the comments. So many good dinners, y'all. Cooling down in Indiana. It's cooling down a little bit here, but it's still hot. We're in North Alabama, in case anybody didn't know. I saw one that asked about any new milestones for Fletcher, y'all. I feel like every day something new is happening. He was scooting, crawling, but now he's starting to get up on his knees, and he'll go a little bit on his knees, which feels like a big step, you know? That's a big milestone. And he's all over the place. You gotta try to keep him contained. And then he was laying down day before yesterday and sat himself up. And then he was sitting up in his baby bed and pulled himself up and was like holding on to the rail, standing up. Like, man, something's happening every single day. I feel like it literally is every single day something new is happening. Lots of milestones with Fletch. How are the kids liking school? Let's touch on that in just a second. Only my second time watching you. Wait until you have 200,000 followers. You won't be able to read all the comments. Mate, there's a mosquito. I would love to see 200,000 followers. It's never there. I've never had like a specific goal or like, oh, I want to have a ton of subscribers. I wanted to make sure that whether I have 1 or I have 1 million, that I'm connecting with people, and that the people who are here because they genuinely want to be a part of our family and know what we've got going on, and learn about what we're doing and see the kind of lifestyle we live, those kinds of things. I want genuine connections. But at the same time, I love to see the growth. It helps out my family. Y'all help us more than I could possibly like put into words. It blows my mind a lot of times because I think about how this has replaced the income from the job that I had outside of the home before I decided to leave that job and stay at home. That was incredibly daunting when I did that. It was stepping out on faith for sure, because that was when I was feeling really convicted to school my children at home, and at the same time it was like, how are we going to do it without this income? I felt like it was what I was supposed to do, so I stepped out on faith. And now, looking back on that, the fact that I have replaced that income and exceeded that income a lot of times, God is good. God is good, and He takes care of us, doesn't He? Thank y'all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking videos and commenting on videos and sharing videos and just being here. Like, you help our family so very much. So very much. Thank you. And talking about school, they're enjoying it. They are loving it. things are going smooth. I mean, there's always tough days and days where we don't want to do this or don't want to do that. And this morning, at first, when I was gonna sit down and talk tonight, I was like, well, we'll just talk about, we'll look at the comments and we'll just sit down and talk. There's nothing specific that I have on my mind that I want to share. And the fact that you ask about school, it's like, okay, yeah, you're supposed to share this. Because as I was getting ready to sit down, I kept thinking about what our morning was like this morning. The last 2 days, school has been tough. Like sitting down and doing like paperwork, school. There's so much more to it. Living life is school. But the last 2 days have been rough. And this morning we left and we went to the park. And I know you may be thinking, well, you went to the park. Oh, okay. You went to the park this morning. But y'all, we went to the park before beds were made and before any schoolwork was done. And I think I had gotten so caught up in having a set routine and a set schedule. You wake up at this time, you make your bed, you eat your breakfast, you brush your teeth, we sit down, we do school, and it wasn't working for us. And I had gotten there by accident because that's not how we usually function around here. We usually have a rhythm, but not a strict schedule. And I had thought that for some reason, I guess I had just, without even realizing it, started putting us on a more strict schedule, and it wasn't working. And this morning, we set that aside and we went to the park. Beds weren't made, schoolwork wasn't done, and we had the best day. The best day. I was watching Wyatt run down the walkway, and they were getting all excited about fish and just all of these things that was happening, swinging and playing and having a good time. And then we got home and got a couple other school things done, and they didn't fuss about it. The babies were ready for a nap without me like having to try to get them to lay down when they didn't want to. It was a good day. And so maybe you're in a place where, without even realizing it, maybe you put yourself on too strict of a schedule, or you have set your expectations and you're not giving yourself any grace. Maybe this is your reminder, whether it's you're trying to balance work and home, or a new baby, or a new season of life, or a lot going on in the home, or a busy time of year, a busy season, whatever it is. Take a step back if you need to. If something's not working, reevaluate it, because that's what I did this morning, and we were better for it. I didn't even know if I was going to share about that. I kind of thought about it while we were at the park, but I thought, no, we're just going to sit down and we're just going to chat, which we're still doing. But when you asked about school, I was like, yeah, let me share. Corn pudding. I don't know that I've ever had that. Apple pie. Do y'all follow me on Instagram? If you have Instagram, I posted in my stories where we made our first apple pie of the season last night, and it was so good. So good. The best thing about homeschooling is you make your own schedule and routine and take a break when you need it. Yes and amen. Y'all hear the rooster? He's talking to you. Homemade apple butter. We're going on a little field trip to the apple orchard where I've been going and buying my apples. 2 weeks from today, something like that. And I'm going to get plenty of apples to make applesauce. And that mosquito bit me a while ago to make applesauce and apple butter and can it. Never made pumpkin butter. Back porch time is such a ministry thing. Thank you. I hope that it is. I feel like my whole calling towards being on YouTube, sharing on social media, it's a ministry. I want, even in like my regular day-to-day life that y'all watch, I want you to see Jesus. I want to shine a light for Jesus. I want to be an encouragement. When I first felt led to start sharing on social media, I fought it. I was like, nobody's gonna want to watch. Nobody wants to see what I got going on. And my only regret is that I didn't do it sooner, because I know I would have been. I know that I missed out on blessings by not obeying that calling to this ministry. Because when you obey, God blesses you. Do you use a sewing machine? Yes. I've not, let me see. I've not broken it out as much lately as I used to, though. Ooh, apple jelly, pumpkin donuts, caramel apple donuts. First time here. Welcome. Welcome. Have you heard of Muscle Shoals in Florence? Yes, I have. How many chickens do you have? We currently have right at 50, because we were at 70 with our meat chickens, but we processed those and they're in the freezer now. So that puts us down to right at 50. I don't want to miss any comments. Thank y'all so much for being here and for commenting. When I go back and watch these live videos, sometimes I'm like, Tiffany, you're shaking it by scrolling. Maybe I should try to do it on a computer instead of my phone. I don't really know how that works. Still figuring it out. We always figuring it out. Recently started watching, looking at mobile home videos and seeing. Thank you. I was wondering how some of the newer people had found us. Need your help thinking about TV shows to watch. Currently been watching Raymond, Golden Girls, Mod, and Cheers. Ooh, I haven't been watching much lately. I've just been kind of getting on YouTube and catching up with friends and stuff and watching their videos. I haven't watched many shows. What's something that I've watched recently? Been watching Suits, some here and there. So hard to find good TV shows these days. That's why I've kind of just stayed away from it, honestly. I don't know. If anybody's got some good suggestions, leave them, because maybe I need to find some too. That's why I might have much time to watch TV. I'll sit down and catch up on YouTube videos. Uh-oh, my phone may go dead. The screen's going out on me. The kids got quiet. They went in my mama's house. She's got them now. Yeah, it's one of those things that's like, it got quiet. What happened? But I saw them running up the porch, going in to spend some time with Grandma. So she's got a house full right now. What's your Instagram? It's our_smalltown life. And I also recently, I had made a page on Facebook, but had not really posted much there. And the last few days, I've started to post a little bit more there. So we'll see how that goes. And it's Our Small Town Life on Facebook, if anybody wants to go over there and follow us too. And y'all, we were talking about followers and subscriber counts earlier. Getting pretty close to 20,000, which feels like a really big milestone to me. So if anybody wants to share the channel or you go find a video that you enjoyed and share it on social media, Facebook or whatever. I don't even know how all you can share and do those things, but if you'd help me push to 20,000, I would sure appreciate it. Yes, our_small town life. Watched Mama Mel. I love Mama Mel. Rookie. Ooh, that's okay. I'm gonna have to go back through and look at all these comments, see if anybody left us some good shows to check out. I'm afraid my battery's gonna go dead on my phone, and those cans are ready to come out of the canner, and supper is waiting on me. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this one. Go get those cans out of the canner. I'll post a video over on, or I'll post a picture over on Instagram. So be on the lookout for that. Go take that chicken broth out of the canner and eat dinner. It will probably just be me and Justin and the baby because the rest of them are over at Mama's. They'll have to come to supper. All right, y'all. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here on this live today. Y'all made my day. Maybe we'll do it more often. Golly, the skeeters are coming out. I love you. I appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all. All right, how do I end this thing? I told y'all I'm still learning. And there we go. Bye, y'all.